welcome to Millennial Besties, fam. Welcome back to another episode. I'm Bree. I'm happy to be here with my bestie, Miss Lee. What's up, Lee? How you doing, girl?
Hey, Ree, I'm so happy to see you. First of all, girl, those braids,
Thank
they're
you.
giving me life right now. It's,
Thank
it's
you
giving
very much.
summertime. It's giving Tyra with braids. It's giving top model with braids.
Thank you.
It's
I'm in a new era right now and I'm feeling good. Just had the birthday a few days ago, big
yeah.
3-8. I'm in the house.
How
I
you feel
feel
to be
good.
3-8? Welcome to
It
the
feels
3-8.
great. It feels really great. I feel like the
Right?
closer, the higher I go, the more like myself I'm feeling, the less fucks I'm giving. It's real. It's a real beautiful time. I can't complain. I can't complain. Not so much anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are you?
Well, remember how I said I was tired of working that 9 to 5?
Yeah.
Fuck that 9 to 5. I ain't gonna say no
Hi.
names. We won't say names on this shit, but yeah, I'm on to a new and improved chapter. Yeah, there is no more of me working at that particular 9 to 5. I just want to say real quick, if you live in South Florida, these jobs out here are so janky,
Yeah.
and so fraudulent, and so just I've never hopped from job to job so much in my life because it either gets shut down because of some illegal activity that I didn't know about until it was too late, or niggas just ain't paying people that they owe and business goes downhill, or whatever. Yeah, it's crazy out here, but at any rate, to answer your question, I'm very excited to not be at that place anymore that I just was, and to be onward and forward to my new journey.
Well, onward to your new
I'm
journey.
following that
At
North
that
Star like
place.
Harriet Tubman did for my freedom. You feel me?
I feel I feel you feel speaking of those speaking of that topic, do we say happy Juneteenth yet? Do we say happy
Happy
Juneteenth?
Juneteenth, most
Yes.
importantly. Yes, you guys. For those that don't
Yes.
know what Juneteenth is, in America, it's so interesting here. A lot of my friends that are from the Caribbean or from Africa, they have their Independence Day, which is kind of different than it is for Americans. Their independence is like a lot of Black or Indigenous people becoming independent of their colonizer, whereas ours here, that didn't really happen. So everyone thinks our Independence Day is July 4th. It is for some, but for those of melanated complexion and African diaspora descent, it's Juneteenth for us, pretty much. So happy Juneteenth. You don't have to be Black to celebrate Juneteenth. Just respect what it is. You can be any color to celebrate with us. Pull up to the cookout, learn something. If you don't know what it is, we're not going to educate you about further, but go look it up. Go look it up.
Well said. Well said.
Right, y'all. So just so you know, this is a special hot take episode. Everything that we're going to be hitting is going to be our hot takes, or like I like to call it, hot tea. I know some of y'all freaks out there is like, "Ooh, shut the fuck up. My husband got a gun." Anyways,
Yo.
has racism in America made us too race obsessed or ignorant to other race relations around the world? Because contrary to popular belief, Americans, the world does not revolve around us. We are not the alpha and omega here. And I think a lot of times it shows that we sometimes think it's just us and there's not a whole nother world out there,
Right.
that has a difference of upbringing. A lot of similarities we share with other Black people around the world. Don't get me, twisted, but what do you think, Ree?
I agree. I think it's a little bit of both. I think though for Black people or African Americans to be race obsessed, others are race obsessed as well. White people, I feel like our entire country is race obsessed, whether you're Black or white. Like I just agree with that. I really do agree with that. And I do also think that because of the way our country is designed and the way we live, that some folks are ignorant to race relations in other countries, because we all know that because we are isolated on this continent, or in this part of the world, um, I don't know. I just feel like folks aren't getting enough opportunities to go visit other places, or they're not opening themselves up to go to other places and see that, just because there's one stereotype or one aspect of culture in one country, that means it applies everywhere else in the world. And you can't expect others from other countries to come here and, completely understand where we're coming from. Of course, we're race obsessed. We're race obsessed. All races, I feel like, in this country are race obsessed because of the way this country was built and because of the way it operates now. When you think about it, almost everything we do, we have to identify as what race we are, whether you're filling out a job application or you are filling out a form at a doctor's office or whatever it is. Like, that's the thing that separates us. Like, literally everything else is straightforward and applies across the board for us. So I don't know. It just, when you think about all the other things that are
I
happening in
agree.
the world, I think it's really interesting that this is still like at the forefront. But again, this is the way they made it, you know.
I agree. I just want to add to that. I think that there is more than one race. I think there's a human race, but there's some aliens out here. I don't care what nobody say.
Well,
There's some
that
other
too. I
races.
mean, like,
But
baseline.
some people gonna think I'm crazy for that. Whatever. I don't care. At the end of the day,
Whatever.
though, I couldn't agree with
I
you
mean, don't forget
more.
the reptilians
And
and
then
all those
just to
other
add to
folks.
put
But
things into perspective, going into our next topic under this subject, it's not really
yeah,
next topic, it has to do with this actually. As a mixed race biracial Black person in America, it was just like within the past couple of years that I've been able to check a box identifying my race that says I am of two or more races. That didn't even exist like when I was, a teenager and when I was growing up. To put in perspective of how they tell you like what you are and the limited amount of things of which you can say but let's to really put in perspective, it's a European construct that is based upon our skin color. It's based upon our skin color. Technically, I'm brown. You know what I'm saying? Technically, if we're going by that, I'm brown. Technically, a white person, yes, they appear white or peach or whatever you want to call it. But that is just to keep people in order back in the day and still now, if you ask me. But what's really interesting is the terms that they use for us. At first, it was nigger with an ER, and then it was colored, and then it was African American, and then it was Black. And it's like, to have your colonizer label you what you are, that's a big no to me anyways, but that's a whole nother discussion. um at any rate, with that being said, there was a time during the Jim Crow era especially where it literally said no colors allowed, or there was a bathroom that said for colors, and then there was a bathroom that said whites only, right? This is the shit that America has in it, and there's no escaping it. And I think because of that, going to my next subject, Tyla, the beautiful, slim little thing from South Africa, is getting heat, and I don't understand why.
mhm.
Personally, more so recently because of an interview that she did on The Breakfast Club and her follow up statements regarding her identity, which is just crazy. Her identity, keywords, um, not your
Yeah,
identity, hers. But literally, I think it's interesting because in America, the term colored, we know colored as you're Black and you're not allowed to go in this area if you're colored. That's what we know it as here. In South Africa, it is. Let me get my notes. It basically refers to the race was influenced by apartheid, where the indigenous groups, like for example, a Zulu person, were considered Black, and the colonizers there, who were usually British or Dutch, were considered white. But the other, or the mixed race people, or those that were of even South Asian descent, were considered colored. Now that's kind of different from how we know it here in America. In America, colored was like more of a derogatory term used to separate Blacks from getting entry into certain places that whites could. Whereas there, it was like coloreds are the mixed people,
right,
which is interesting. I had to learn that, you know.
right.
But with that being said, if that's what their terms are for the color of people's skins, then that's what it is over there. So if that's what it is, why is all of a sudden she gonna consider herself only black? Now, especially considering the fact that this girl is of Zulu, so that's indigenous African descent, Indian, Mauritian, and white Irish descent. She can't possibly be walking around saying I'm just black in a
And why should
culture
she
that,
have to? That's my thing.
especially
Why
and
should she have to?
especially if she's not, most importantly, because she's you look at the girl, she looks very Indian to me. Indian, I mean, like Indian, like India, you know. She's very visibly mixed. She has her curls, she has some African Zulu features that you can see as well, but she's very visibly mixed. So for anybody to say you just don't want to claim black or whatever they're trying to accuse her of is just ridiculous. Honestly, she is colored according to everything that she knows and how she was raised. You know, that's like me going to South Africa, and I've been educated actually on this before, because, you know, in America, we're labeled as kind of like that one job rule. Yes, there's benefits that a lot of light-skinned black people receive because they can be white passing. That's always known. You can see it in the industry. Most of the actors and actresses that get by and have the best roles, they're usually lighter skinned, which is bullshit. Or, you know, even in the workplace, you can see it. You know, our first black president, he wasn't dark skinned, he was mixed. Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? These things happen. However, you know, here you're still considered black. You might be light skinned black, but you're still black, right? I've been checked with some Caribbean people and some of my South African friends who let me know I would be considered not black. And I had to humble myself because that's somebody else's culture who told me. I had a Haitian friend, and I had a Latino friend that was like, nah, you would be considered like basically a mixed person. And I was like, well, yeah, that's true, because I am. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's all relative, but ultimately, both of us were all fucked over by colonizers at one point with different tactics. So the names and shit that they gave us should not be causing us to divide because some mixed girl is claiming her mixed race.
And that's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. It's like, how is this, like, if we're talking about Tyla, we're talking about what went on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne. It's like, how was that productive? That was my thing. I feel like he was just dating her. I feel like he was just, you know, doing what he does. I feel like it was unnecessary, and I don't know. It's just, why can't the girl just make music? She's clearly not from this country, so how is she gonna subscribe to, if not, and understand, you know, these American constructs? You know, she's not American, so why would she get hate or get beef or, you know, get disrespect based off how she responds? She responds based on
Absolutely.
the country she was raised on, the culture she was raised in.
And she's young, and I feel like, unlike what a lot of people don't have in this industry, it seems like she's a little bit protected in a way. In that interview, the person told them, "Yeah, we're not touching that question."
Yeah,
Beyonce does it all
and
the
he still
time.
asked the
Beyonce don't
question.
come out. Beyonce still hasn't come outside and
To
answered to
me,
any
that's classic
accusations.
Charlamagne. That's classic
That's
Charlamagne.
classic. That's a good journalist, to be honest with you. You're
You could
supposed
tell
to
he
pry.
enjoyed it. You could tell he enjoyed seeing that her like
To
that. He
be
was like,
honest,
oh, and
no
he's like, I
shade to
love it.
him.
He was like, I love it
In
when I,
journalism, you're trying to get the questions out. The juiciest question. That's a huge, juicy question. This isn't the first time that this has come up, this subject, right? So he's asking and trying to get out the hot thing that people want to know about her, the
yeah,
issue, the whatever, you know?
but to me, it's like, why is that it? You know, why
But
is
what
that
I
the
don't
thing that you
like,
want to latch
oh,
onto?
you froze
Like,
up. Sorry.
pick something else. To me, that's honestly, to me, it's kind of lazy. It's a lazy approach to interviewing an artist. Okay, let me talk to you about the same thing you've been answering questions
I agree.
about. Let me, as a Black man in America who understands the nuances and the things that we go through as a result of all of this, all of these different contracts when it comes to race, let me go ahead and put you on the spot about it on my podcast or on my show, just for clicks. Like, to me,
I
that's just,
I
what's the point
absolutely
in that?
agree.
Would you do that
I
same shit to your
absolutely
daughter or
agree.
your
And
cousin or whatever? Like, or is it just for Tyla, or is it just for a female artist? Like, I'm not, I don't know, I just thought
I
it was unnecessary and distracting.
I absolutely agree. And he's not going to be the last person to try to get that out of
Right,
her. You know what I mean?
right.
I just think she already answered the question. It's almost like the way that she looked at him was like, I've done told y'all what I am already. I'm not repeating myself again. And then now y'all are chastising me. So I chose not to answer. But if I did answer, y'all would chastise me for that.
Right.
So it's like, I'm not going to say shit. I told you once. I told you once what I am. I don't have to keep talking about it,
Right.
to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I don't like that people are coming for her in that way. Some people I even saw went as far as to say, oh, she just doesn't want to claim being Black because she thinks she's better than Black. I
That's
have to
what
put a stop to that right now. I have to put a stop
she's
to that right now. The girl, it's almost disrespectful. Let her walk around and say that she's Black when have you seen her mom? Her mom looked like a whole Indian woman because she is. Her mom looked Indian and mixed with maybe even a little bit of like the white side that she has and the Mauritian or whatever. That's a slap in the face to her mom. That would be, I'm not repping my mom. That's what that would be. And her dad
right.
is Zulu. That's why she's acknowledging I have Zulu. Imagine her walking around here saying, I'm just Indian.
Right. Right.
No, you can't. People don't understand that about people that are multiracial. This girl's not just biracial. She's multiracial. She's white, Indian, and Zulu. That's 3 different things.
Yeah.
I'm only 2. And I've had people my whole life try to tell me what the fuck I am.
It's just
You can't do that to a mixed race person. And if you
yeah.
try,
It's just counterproductive, and it's honestly it's ignorant at the end of the day. Like
absolutely.
to me, that is quite ignorant, and
And
sometimes
if you try to
I'm
do
like,
that,
damn, are we all
you're
still
going to get
talking about
her.
this?
If you try to do that to somebody, you're going to get exactly the answer she gave you. I ain't talking about it. I think what she did was perfect. I already told y'all once. Why I got to tell y'all again what the fuck I am?
Right.
You know?
I
How
just
about
felt
you go
bad because
read and you go learn
Charlamagne's
about
so
other
old,
cultures?
and then she's just this young girl. It's just I don't know. It just felt
She was very young, and he was
mhm.
even trying to like, when you come to an interview, you should be
Yeah.
prepared. That's like, nah, bro. Like, I didn't like that because obviously they were prepared and they had discussed within her team that they are not touching on this bullshit because it could hurt her brand. We live in a day and age now
Yeah, and he
where
did it
when you
anyway. He
say
didn't
something, they
care.
try to use it against you
He
to tear
wanted a
you
click. He
down.
wanted a clip, and he had it.
Okay, so she knows that, and she's an upcoming, uh, brilliant, beautiful, young, talented young girl. She has too much to lose right now to play these fucking cancel games. She
Yeah.
says the wrong thing, she gets canceled. Even if what she's saying is exactly the truth. I'm fucking mixed. So I think she played it safe, and I think if I were in her shoes, I would have did the same thing.
Yeah. I would too. I probably would be so irritated by now with that shit. Honestly.
I'm sure she's irritated. You saw in her response, she kind of looked like she
Yeah.
went like this, and then she looked
Yeah.
back like, and then they're like,
I
yeah,
just
we're not
don't
doing
like that. It was
this.
like two grown men who are known for antagonizing their guests
And she knew
versus
that.
her.
Everybody knows
And
you go
then
on that show.
Jess is just sitting there like,
Jess is funny. I'm
I
sorry.
don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that.
I didn't, but they were trying to get it out of her. She was like, you already know. Like, what are we talking about? I'm telling you what I am, and I'm not gonna go into this for y'all to try to pick me apart
And
via my
also,
DNA.
I feel like it's a little invasive, is it not? Like,
I mean, journalism.
why do you think you, all right, I owe you I owe you information about my bloodline or my
Well,
personal
to
business
be
or
honest with
my
you,
relationship status. Why do you think I owe that to you? I'm here to entertain you. That's it.
because part of the entertainment now is in the age that we live in is we have access to thinking that we know everything about them. We have this technology that's like, nah, I want to know everything.
Well,
And
you
then
can't. I mean, that's
when you go
not,
on a show, like Charlemagne's, they're not asking you about, hey, how was your show and how was your set?
yeah,
They're
I
like,
don't
who
know
was
why
your
she was
nigga?
on
Who
there.
are you
I almost think
fucking?
that
Who
it
do you
wasn't the right
like? What are you
time.
into? What are you? Why did you do this? It's controversial. When you go on a show like that, or if Wendy Williams still had her show, that's what it's going to be. She knew
Yeah.
that. That's why they were prepared and they
That's why
said,
I
we're
wonder,
not
why did she
answering.
go on? Why did her people let her go on there? It's clearly not the right time. Oh, did they get paid to go on there?
It's called the money. You get
Mhm.
paid. People don't just show up on this shit for fun. They go on these interviews because there's money involved. That's why she's doing this shit. She
Right.
loves it. It's clear that she loves being an entertainer. She's so good at it. But it's her living. She got to make money from this.
Right.
Every time you go on a interview or anything like that, and you hit that stage, That's how you make your money, especially nowadays where it's not like they have CDs like they used to, and they used to make money off them CD sales. It's a whole different time now. So
Right.
they gotta hit that stage. They gotta sell their brand. Whether, it's that Fenty like Rihanna did, if she gets on that level, which I could see her doing, by the way. I could totally see her being on that level. And
Yeah.
that's why she has to be careful with what she says, and she can't speak too much in these situations because she could be that. She could totally be at the level that Rihanna is, for sure. For sure. That girl is young and really, really talented.
Yeah.
So she know what she got to lose, and it's not worth it. This little Charlemagne show, this is a one little small step
Yeah.
up, and I'll probably never be back on this set ever again because that's how big she's probably gonna end up being, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. Have you seen like her little videos and everything?
No,
Like
I
the little
think I've seen
girl
like the first one.
the talent is there. She can
Yeah.
dance her ass off. She can dance while she sings, which, a lot of people can't do that anymore. Or if they can, they're not really in the industry because the industry is so tainted now.
Right.
And yeah, anyways, we got to go on to a different hot take, but I just think y'all need to back up off of Tyler. Like,
I
you
agree.
can't tell somebody who they are and bully them into giving you an answer that is not what they are. Like, I don't know what you
Yeah.
want from her. Like,
Yeah.
if she says I'm black, y'all gonna be like, no,
I
you're not.
agree.
You know what I'm saying? I went through that. When I first came out here in South Florida, I'd be telling people like I'm black, I'm mixed, but I consider myself black. And I can't tell you how many truly black Caribbean people that, like, for example, some of my Haitian friends, or I had to break it down, you'd be considered mixed. Yes, you have black in you, but we wouldn't consider you just only black. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, it's crazy. So if she walk around saying she Indian, y'all gonna be mad at her. If she walk around saying she only black, y'all gonna be mad at her. Y'all gonna be mad anyways. Y'all some hating ass hoes. How you say it in New Orleans? Hoes. I don't know how y'all say it out there, but I like how y'all say it in New Orleans. That's what y'all is. All right,
Hmm?
Bree, what's up?
What's going on? What's up
What's
with the
up,
next
Bree?
hot take? We got a hot take coming right up.
It-
Coming right up. So, question, y'all. If you're a rapper and you don't write your own rap with, are you really a rapper? Reason why I ask this. So, artist and model Ruby Rose was on the Joe Budden podcast recently, and she admitted to not writing her own raps. What do we think about this? Does it defeat the purpose of rap to not write your own raps? I mean, there's plenty of artists who don't write their own music, but we still rock with them. Does someone not writing their own raps take away
Drake.
from the culture of rap? And does that take away from the validity of what they're rapping on and being a rapper? What are your thoughts?
To be quite honest with you, first and foremost, y'all need to give Ruby Rose her fucking respect. One thing I like about her, first of all, I'm a fan of hers. I like her.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I agree that she needs to be popping that ass up as much as she does? No, but I know that she's trying to make money off of this industry, and that's just what it is right now. Would I do
Yeah.
it? No. Is she doing it, and am I judging her for it? No. This woman is a badass Habesha, half Habesha woman, half Eritrean. Shouts out to my Eritreans. I know y'all love her too, as you should, because she has a cadence that is her own. So no matter who is writing her shit for her, her voice is still the shit. I love the sound of her voice. Have you heard her music?
I haven't. I feel like I maybe
Play some
have,
of her
but
shit. She
I don't
got a
know.
whole voice and cadence that's smooth as fuck. Okay, no one else has her voice and sounds like her. And no matter who writes her stuff, that's what that is. Also her delivery is really good. Not every girl can keep up with who's writing their stuff, and it shows. And they can't compare it to how she delivers it. And that's
Well, let me ask you this then, though, because
true.
I'm loving hearing this from you because I feel like out of all of us, you are like the biggest, like you are the most passionate about hip hop and rap, especially like the roots of it
I
and
am.
what it's supposed to mean for the culture. You know what I'm saying? And so I ask you this then: how do you
The
feel about
culture
the
has
fact that she doesn't
evolved.
write her own raps?
The,
Get it? Granted, her delivery sounds amazing. She's beautiful. She's representing for the Eritreans and Ethiopians. It's a beautiful thing. How do you feel about that though? Like, does that make you feel like she's more like of a
I let
plant
me tell you,
or
let
what?
me tell you, let me tell you, let me tell you why I respect it. Unlike everybody else, she admits it. She stated in her interview unapologetically that she does not write her own lyrics. And mostly everyone in her industry doesn't write their lyrics either, especially if they're a female artist that is out to be cute and be on that stage popping that ass. No, they're not writing their lyrics either. You know,
Mhm.
that's the age that they're in. And as somebody who comes from a different age where that's not necessarily, back in the day, like people wrote some of Lauren's lyrics too. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's
Right.
just the industry is way different than what it was. And to answer your question, I respect her honesty. There's no honesty and authenticity. Like, even though she is one of the booty poppers and she will wear a lace front here and there, I still see her authenticity showing through. That's why I like her, because I feel like she still hangs on to her originality as much as she can in this industry, which is hard. And I
Right.
respect that. Too many are out here saying that they wrote their own shit when it's obvious that they don't. And even if they are saying that they do, the lyrics are trash. So even if you're saying that you wrote that trash ass lyrics, that I wouldn't claim it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
She got some bars. Like, the content of what she's talking about, can I relate? Not necessarily, but I can see that she's doing it for entertainment. She's literally trying to make money off of this, and it shows. She still
Yeah.
has an amazing cadence and delivery as a female artist, no matter if somebody's writing it. And most importantly, going back to what I said, I admire and respect that she's just honest. Another thing that she was honest about, she also said in another interview that she photoshops her pics. How many girls out here are saying that? None. They're all out here doing an extreme filter in Photoshop and acting like that's what they came out looking like. They're all out here posting something that they were in the gym and they didn't just get a BBL and get the fat sucked out of their shit. She's one thing I like about this girl. She's gonna tell you, like, nah, I Photoshop that. Like, nah, I don't write my shit. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it's a problem if you don't write your stuff. Just don't be out here faking like you do and you're some fucking genius when you have a team of people that are like writing the genius, don't
Right.
lie. That's my problem. She's not really lying, and she's letting you know from the jump, I'm an entertainer, bro.
So let
And
me
a
ask
lot
you
of
this. Oh, go ahead.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Look, Ruby
No,
Rose
go ahead.
aside, then Ruby Rose aside, do you think it defeats the purpose and the origins of rap if you aren't responsible for your own lyrics? And with that, is rap losing its purpose then, if that is so?
uh that's a tough question, because part of me says yes and part of me says no.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand and not be one of those people that's stuck in their ways. It's like, back in my day, you gotta do it like that. Like, no, you
Right.
gotta evolve. I do feel like there's more evil in the evolving for a lot of these people right now than there actually is evolving and
Yeah.
growing. I do think that a lot of what is happening is tainting hip hop, and it's obviously being infiltrated. Um, but I will say this. My generation comes from Lauryn Hill's, Missy Elliott's, Lil Kim's, Foxy Brown's, Aaliyah's, okay? Aaliyah had all her stuff written, but she also wasn't a rap lyricist either. A lot of her stuff that was some of her greatest stuff was written by Missy,
Right.
but it's just the originality for me. Like, a lot of, like, even Lauryn Hill, she got assistance in writing. That's always been there, but it's about the delivery and your authenticity for me. A lot of those artists that I named, there was no one else like them.
Yeah.
And now we live in a day and age where they all look the same and they're all saying the same shit. Why I like Rubi Rose is, even though she's still, kind of saying the same, yeah, toot that ass up message, um, her voice is different. She don't sound like all of them. All of them sound the same to me at this moment. When she comes on, her voice stands out to me. She's not saying I'm perfect. She's saying I photoshopped my shit. By the way, do you know this girl lived in Kentucky, Switzerland, and then even went to boarding school and can speak 3 different languages?
Nice.
So I can just tell that even though, yeah, she may be young,
She's just
quote
doing what
unquote,
she's
young
got
and
to
dumb right
do.
now, living it up and having fun, the girl, I feel like she's kind of more down to earth, and I like that about her. Did you also know she was in the Bad and Bougie video when she was only like 16, 17 years old? Did you know that?
What'd you say? Say it one more time.
Did you also know she was in the Bad and Bougie video when she was only like 16 and 17 years
No,
old?
I did
She
not.
lived in Atlanta. And I think
Oh,
Atlanta had an influence on her,
yeah.
clearly, and that's probably why she started rapping. She also has admitted that she's had OnlyFans. She's also admitted that I make $1 million like almost every month off my OnlyFans. I just appreciate her transparency. Do I agree in
Yeah, the
OnlyFans? Not so
transparency.
much. But am I gonna judge her in this generation? It's new to me to answer your question. Um, and I'm trying to just not be so judgmental. However, I think it's totally okay to have your stuff written as long as you're being honest and letting people know
rapper.
that. Don't be out here lying and acting like you're a writer when you're fucking not. As a rapper specifically, when people write songs, half of them don't write their songs. Come on now, they're songs. They
Right.
sing them, you know, a lot of them. They're not writing them.
Right.
But as a rapper, like,
I was gonna say, is it
I
a difference though
personally,
for
as a rapper,
rappers? I
wrote
feel
all.
like,
I think, okay. I think it's different now, especially first of all, it's such a different time.
yeah,
When I was trying to rap, there wasn't a whole rack of girl female rappers out there. Every
yeah,
time I went to a show or something, it was just like me and my girl group as the only girl rappers that were there. Every other rapper was a guy. And because of that, we had to be on top of our fucking shit. And we definitely couldn't be out there just popping that ass, because who's going to respect us? At least back then. It's so opposite of that now. But back then, to answer the question, we sat down and we wrote every single one of our songs by ourselves. Not one person wrote a song for us. We stayed up till like 3 a.m. writing songs. When I was an artist on my own, I wrote my shit all by myself. I would have guys that would try to write stuff for me. If I didn't vibe, I didn't vibe. And I wasn't going to fake it. But that's not the industry now. The industry is very fake. The industry is very unauthentic. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's okay to answer the question. In her situation, as long as you're admitting it. She basically is admitting, hey,
yeah.
we do fake shit. I do fake shit. I'm an entertainer. Just admit it. That's all I ask. That's all I ask.
Yeah, I respect that. I respect that because I think we've talked about this. Like, people in the challenges with today's entertainment is, you know, we all consume things that like we are entertained by, but aren't necessarily living that lifestyle. And so it's nice when someone is like really honest and upfront about that. It's like, yeah, I may rap about this, that, and the third, and I need to do this, that, and the third, but I got a BBL and I have people writing for me, and I'm just trying to get on so I can live a good life. Like,
I'm trying to make this
I
money as
think
an
that,
entertainer, and I can't disrespect her for that, especially if she's being honest.
yeah,
By the way, you know that guy Drewski?
yeah, yeah.
I think that they're dating right now, which is interesting. The guy Drewski, I very much about
Yeah,
him.
the big boy.
Apparently they're dating right now or something. I think they're dating, which is interesting. Nice. Very interesting. So that just lets me know, like, I don't even know if that's a real relationship if she's dating Drewski, but like, I feel like the girl's down to earth. Leave her the hell alone. She told y'all she don't write her shit. So many of them are lying to y'all, saying that that's really their ass, that's really their titties, that they go in the gym, that they write all their shit. And she not doing that. Leave her alone.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Very well said. Very well said.
What do you think, Ree?
I agree. I think we're in a different time than when you and I were coming up, and, you know, being authentic was probably the number one qualification for being a rapper. It was like, first and foremost, you need to be authentic before you can rap, before you can do anything else. And so,
gotta be original. Gotta sound different. Gotta stand
be
out.
Original. Yeah, you gotta write your own raps, you know. But
like that
so
no
I can
more.
see why someone would have an issue with. Yeah, so I could see why someone would have an issue with her, especially from our generation or older, having an issue with her not writing her raps. But also at the same time, I see it for what it is too. And this is a different time. We're in the age of TikTok. We're in the age of overnight fame, and we're in the age of get it how you can get it. And so I'm not for a second am I ever going to poo-poo somebody who is figuring out a way, especially a woman. So I think it's okay. I like the fact that
I don't necessarily agree with their tactics. I don't agree with their tactics, but it's not for me to make the decision about their life. That's how they're going to live it. Then I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, fuck you. I can't do that.
Exactly. I agree.
Listen to her music though. She got some. I like her.
I'm going to play it.
She got one song called something, hood bitch my aesthetic.
Okay.
No, I like her. And
I'm here for it.
She just said, I don't even write my shit. So the stuff that I'm talking about, I'm not even writing it. I'm just entertaining y'all. And I'd be lying if I said I'm not entertained by some of her stuff. I like some of her stuff.
Right. I will say too, though, my favorite, like, kind of like wild girl, I wouldn't even say they're my favorites, but we are entertained by like the Sukihanas of the world, and we are entertained sometimes by the Sexy Reds. But for me, it's really Sukihana. I don't know, something about her is just hilarious to me.
And I feel I ain't gonna lie, I feel guilty for being entertained by that, because some of it is like, Suki, no. However,
But I think if you
I'm
know the
laughing.
difference,
I can't
it's
stop
okay.
laughing.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
It's
So
honestly with Sukiana, it gets a little out of control. Some of it really ain't okay. When she got walked like a dog, that wasn't okay. It wasn't okay.
shut that bitch.
I think she had like an OnlyFans or something, and there was some guy walking her like a dog on a leash. It wasn't
Oh
okay,
my god!
Suki.
I didn't even
You
know
don't
she
have to do
did that.
that. That's where I gotta put my foot down, actually, with
She really took it
Sukiana.
there. She
And I'm
really
not
took it
judging her. I
there.
just feel like because the girl is actually talented. She can actually rap too. You know,
Right.
for this little phase of what it is right now, she got her little. She don't
Yeah.
gotta do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not where I'm really judging her. I more feel bad. Like, girl, you don't gotta do that.
Right.
We live in an age of where it's like this clout. Who can be the nastiest?
Who could
Who
be?
can do the
It's all
most
like shock value.
outrageous?
Who could be the Yeah,
Let's get
exactly. Who could be the most
popping.
outrageous?
Who getting the most BBC? Who got the most
Oh
sugar
god.
daddies?
Okay. Yeah.
Who?
Guys, could be most BBC. Girl. All right. Next.
All right, y'all. Enough about that sugar daddy, BBL, BBC. We'll leave that to the girls who are doing that in the industry right now that actually enjoy doing it. If they
Yeah.
don't,
Yo.
if they don't enjoy doing it, I ask you to please leave. You don't have to do that. There are other things that you can do with your life.
Okay.
Real Housewives, basically, both Atlanta and Potomac are filming right now, and they have definitely been giving updates to the blogs to stir up some buzz. I
Oh.
haven't been aware, but now we are aware, okay? Now,
Well,
first
here.
in Atlanta, it's been reported that Kenya Moore has been suspended from filming after she allegedly leaked some private sexual photographs of a new cast member at her spa event. First of all, Kenya's one of my favorites. I love
Yeah,
her.
she's a trip.
And a
She's a
lot of
trip.
people will beg to differ, but
For real.
listen, Kenya will come for you. She will be
She plays
totally out of
dirty.
pocket. But that's only if
Yeah.
she plays dirty, but that's only if you come at her first. And I'm one of those people like, I'm good. We're good. Like when we're good, but don't fucking come at me because I'm going to come at you and I'm going to come at you dirty. I'm not going to come at you with a nice clean paper towel. I'm going to come at you with a paper towel full of dog shit and I'm going to throw it on you. You understand?
Girl.
But that's only if you come for me. That's why I
Fair's
like
fair.
Kenya so much because I can kind of relate. She's an Aquarius, by the way, if I'm not
She is.
mistaken. And
She
that's
is.
why I also get along with other Aquarius. Aquariuses really don't fuck with people. They be in their own little world doing their own little fucking thing. But if you do come for them, watch out. So I don't even need to, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you know, whatever. Listen, I know she was provoked to leak whatever she leaked. I don't know the details of
Yeah.
it. But I'm telling you, that girl ain't do that shit for no reason. She didn't do it for no reason. And the fact that she's suspended, that makes me really sad because honestly, I don't know if I want to watch it if she's not on it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree. I agree with you. I just hope that okay. I don't think what do they call it? Like revenge porn or whatever it is. Like I don't think that I don't condone that by any means. But I do believe that and I would like to assume that Kenya Moore went that direction because it was bad. Like I hope she didn't just like pull it out of nowhere.
I don't
Because
condone
remember,
it
you gotta
either.
remember too. You gotta remember too. Potomac is not Potomac. Atlanta Housewives hasn't been doing numbers for like the last couple of seasons. So
No.
I could imagine Kenya or whoever else on the show, like they need this. Like honestly, I feel like if Atlanta does not like hit this season, like if this season isn't good, they're gonna pull in New York on Atlanta. They're gonna do a whole new cast where half of them are gonna be out. They're gonna bring in all new people. So in my mind,
Yeah.
something this
Probably a younger
outrageous.
generation too.
Yeah, and something this outrageous. I feel like it's almost. I don't condone what she did, but I think like it's probably needed. Like this level of controversy or something is needed. They have to do something for this season. So one, I hope that it was worth it. Two, again, we never
Not
condone
worth it.
that. But and three, like I don't know, it's curious. It's that this is a loaded one. This is a loaded one for me.
This is a loaded one, and honestly, I don't have enough information. I tried to dive in
Me
yesterday
neither.
and find information. I'm probably gonna need to see the episode. What's unfortunate is that she just opened her hair salon because remember, Kenya Moore hair care. Kenya Moore
Yes.
hair care. Do you remember that? I watched back then. So
Yeah.
that it's unfortunate because apparently this is at like she had like a salon opening. So I mean, she got her own business open, so that's a good thing. Like she should, if she is kicked off, there should be some income hopefully coming in from that. She's Kenya Moore, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I don't think this will be a cancellation of her. This is why I will say a little advice, not that she needs to take anything from me, who the fuck am I? But this is why we got to find outlets for when things outrage us. And this is also why we can't let people steer us into, some people want to see the fight progress, you know? And these producers on these reality shows, they're the main ones. You know, she said this. You know what I'm saying? They're the main one that puts you in a room with this bitch.
Right.
And
Right.
knowing that they all don't like each other.
Right.
And this is part of what they're trying to do. Now we live in an age where there's a Zeus network where Caribbean Baddies is out. That's like, and I be watching
we
it.
can't
I be
talk
watching
about
it.
we
For
can't
the
talk
fight,
down on
because I'm a
baddies, man. We
fighter. I
can't
like
talk
to see
down on
good
baddies. We
fights.
can't
Don't
talk
judge
down on
me.
baddies.
And we're living in an age where you have access to that, which is uncensored. So now they're trying to keep up with this network that is completely uncensored, with all types of debauchery, and titties are flying and punches are flying at the same time. And
BBL's
you could say fuck and it's not being censored out.
Yeah.
And they're trying to compete with that. And that's unfortunate because now it's probably pushing them to have shit like this happen, like you were just saying, as far as her exposing some. Now, as far as revenge porn, I don't know if that's because like she didn't have sex. And I thought revenge porn was like, because it's not just you. A lot of people are calling it revenge porn, but I just want to be correct. Like I thought revenge porn was like when I fucked you and then I'm mad at you, so now I put the porn out to try to hurt your feelings.
I think, yeah, I think it's that, but in my opinion, I thought it also was just like using someone's sexual content against them, basically.
It might be
like,
in the court of law.
I don't think
Can you
put that out there to just inform us. Like, I think can you put that shit out there to start to like, be like, gotcha, bitch.
She's being petty. We know she's Queen Petty. We know she's Queen Petty.
Which honestly,
we know she's
like, I hope it was really bad because that is horrible. That's horrible. Like, is it oral sex in that photo? There was somebody getting a BJ?
Just to basically. Oh yeah, that's too much. That's too far. Even I wouldn't have done that. I'm gonna punch you in your face before I do that. I'm a fan of thinking putting on the gloves and like bomb is better. I wish a lot more of these shows would just have a ring and let a woman just like pop.
Oh my god, that's horrible. Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah, that's not good. Even that's low. I'm not going to judge her for it because once again, I don't have the backstory. I don't know what happened. I don't know what pushed her to this point to do something like that. And with that being said, is this the limit for housewives drama? Has it in reality TV gotten a little too dark recently? And to answer that question, that ain't dark because have y'all seen motherfucking Zeus Network? Caribbean, Baddie Caribbean, Baddies 1, 2, 3. That shit is just.
Baddies East,
I can't even. I have to watch it in doses.
Surviving Rolly again. BBL's on live television while you're awake for everybody to see. Like,
to be honest with you, what Kenya Moore did is nothing in comparison to what we see on those shows on the Zeus Network. I think the Zeus Network is taking it to a whole nother level, which makes. Yeah, I don't even believe in censorship, but we may gotta like start directing things a little bit better for Black women. And women of color, because it's not only Black women on these shows, it's, you know, anybody melanated, Spanish, Native, American, you know, Chinese, Asian, anything but white. But it's like for us to be all fighting each other on these shows, when we have an opportunity to do something more than that, we probably should be doing a little bit better. Because I'll be honest with you, even when I'm watching Baddies East, I actually so much more enjoy them all getting along and partying together. That shit makes me happy. It actually gets a little bit depressing, like when it's just constant fight after constant fight after constant fight. One good fight is good. Like that one build-up fight where these niggas got beef the whole time and then they finally come to head. I ain't gonna lie. I like seeing that shit. I do when it's a good fight, like somebody like Tasiki who had them hands. I like to see a good fight. But if it's just like some petty, like, bitch, at the auditions, you took my wig off. And now we rolling on the floor the whole time. Or I don't like to see that. I would like the directors to do a better job of giving them better storylines in these shows.
I'll be watching
Gemini. Gemini's like, bring it here. Like,
I love it when they fight. I'm like, when is the next fight coming? Like, I don't want to see y'all talking. Like, when is the next fight? It's so funny how we like to do it. I love the fights. If they haven't had
them turn up together. I love to see them go.
What'd you say?
No, I like to see them actually go out and go to and do activities
Because
together and
I
enjoy
go to
each
the
other's
club.
presence. That should be making me happy. Clubs, or like if they go on like the one where they were all in Jamaica on the like raft things, and they were all just kind of like having their fun. That shit made me happy. And then here you go, Sukiana and the other girl threw little ass Mar Island in the fucking lake and almost drowned her little tiny ass for no reason at all. For no reason. And that shit made me mad because I'm like, that was so pointless. Like, I don't like pointless fights. I need the fights to make
Yeah,
sense.
I got
Like,
it.
anyways, to answer the question, do we think it's gotten a little bit too dark in reality TV?
I mean, for me, I could see why someone may think it has gotten a little bit too dark, but again, I'm watching the shows as a reprieve from everyday life. I'm watching the shows to entertain me, and
So you're
so as
basically,
long
to
as
answer the
like
question, I'm fairly entertained.
I am, I'm pretty entertained. I'm pretty entertained. As long I don't like any like weird stuff when like they like what
I'd
they
be
did
lying if
to
I
Smiley
said,
when they poured the water on Smiley's face after she had that like whole seizure
no, that shit
situation
was
in the
horrible. I didn't even
Caribbean.
watch that
That
episode.
was not cool. That was
I didn't
disgusting.
even
That was
watch that episode. I
disgusting.
turned it off.
But yeah, but like anything else, like I'm watching the shows because I want to see the
The
drama.
little petty, I want to see, I like a good fight. I literally am the type of person that when I'm watching it, especially if it's like a real good fight with a girl who got hands, I literally pause it to see her technique, to see how she landed that right. You know what I'm saying? Or if she threw it to the ground and got a wrap
Where's
around the
on
neck, I like
camera,
to
but
pause
she
it to
is
see her technique.
cracking up right
I be
now.
watching it for that. I really do.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, so I guess it's safe to say that I think that it possibly has gotten a little bit too much here and there, and Reed basically is like, I kind of like it. And I kind of agree with her, but I feel guilty sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, why the fuck am I condoning this shit here? I can't look away.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah,
look
but the
away.
way I justify it is one, I'm paying for the subscription,
Also,
and two, I don't live my life like that, and I think a lot of it is staged too. You know what I mean? So it's like watching
yeah, I don't live my life like that
yeah,
anymore.
it's like
I
watching a
don't live my
murder
life
show
like
or
that
playing The
anymore.
Sims or like playing The Sims. You know, you like get your Sims together, you make them fight, you do some weird stuff with them. You know, put them in the pool and take the railing off the pool and the ladder off the pool and them all sit in there until they, drown. So it's just one of those things where you're just almost like Grand Theft Auto. Like on Grand Theft Auto, like no one wants to go outside and most people don't want to go outside in real life and just slice a random person and, take a rocket launcher and blow up an ambulance across the street. You know what I mean? But we are entertained by it. So I think like it also kind of says, says something about
I
the fact
guess
that
where
some
it's
of us
becoming
maybe
dark is
are
because
psychopaths.
these girls are acting these girls are acting like that, but this is their real life. And they're really on here doing this in
That's
real
the
life.
issue. But I mean,
That's the only part where I feel guilty about it sometimes, where I'm like, oh shit, this girl just really did this shit in real life.
yeah,
But I can't look away. So I can't sit here and be like, there needs to be, especially on Zeus, there needs to be better direction. On Atlanta, obviously it's going to need to be more, but give us a better storyline and it won't have to be so like only fight driven, But
yeah.
also, then in Potomac, the cast was recently celebrating. Oh, sorry. Then again, in Potomac, the cast was recently celebrating Wendy's 40th birthday, and Wendy
Ugh.
and Giselle were spotted hugging, which
I
I'm
saw
not
that.
mad at because
I'm not mad either. We can't
I'm
do
a
the
big
show if they're all
fan of being
goofing.
the bigger woman. I don't think exactly. I actually prefer that so that the show can actually get better next season
Like and
because
continue.
it's so
Honestly, Candace
obvious
is
when
gone.
it's
That's
like,
all I wanted.
watch how better the show's going to improve. And I'm very
Yeah.
interested to see who they're going to replace. I'm very
Yeah.
interested to see who they're going to replace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we hate the fact that they were spotted hugging together, or do we support that? Like,
I
how do you
support it.
feel?
I support it. Like
Me
you
too.
said, if it keeps the show going, I'm here for it. I'm also all for, people being able to discuss their differences and move past it. So
Because we
I
don't gotta
support
like
it. I'm
each other,
happy
but we can
for them.
respect each other when we're in the room.
Exactly.
We don't gotta
Exactly.
like each other,
And
but we can respect each other when we're in this room. And that's all that's all I'm that type of woman in real life. Like I know there's a lot of women when I walk into a room, they ain't gonna like me. And because I know that they're a hater on me, I ain't gonna like them. But I'm totally a fan that when we're in this room, let's be respectable.
right.
So that I don't have to get out of pocket and do some fucking crazy ass shit to you to make America hate me on national television. Because I'm that type of person. You fucking attack me, I'm coming times 10 after you back. I don't know any other way. I don't. I get it from my grandmother and her mother. Don't play with us. Anyways, we support that. We
Period.
support it. Good, Giselle. Good, Wendy. Let's keep this season going good so that y'all not all sitting on there. You sitting over here, you sitting over here, and we're bored as hell on the other end being fans of Real
because last season
Housewives.
was boring. Last season was boring. Yeah.
Let's get it together, y'all. Now, do you all contribute that to both of their besties, Candace and Robin, being gone? Oh shit, I just thought about that. Both of their besties are gone. So it's not only Candace that's gone, Robin is gone too. And the new castmates energy or was production is like, get it together, you hoes. Like, you think production was like, y'all gotta get it together, else y'all all fired.
I think they were. I think they absolutely were, because they can't have another season. They can't have another season like they had last season. They can't do it.
And you gotta understand, Giselle and Wendy are both so damn stubborn. That's one thing that both of those women. Here's two things that they both have in common. They're both petty as fuck, and they're both stubborn as fuck. And I said, damn, what would make those two hug? Money. The producers being like, y'all don't get it together, and our ratings are lowering it next season because of y'all two creating this divide in the group. You're both fired. Look how quick these bitches came to hug.
Yeah.
Yo, they did the right thing. Like, because it's not worth losing what y'all worked hard for. Clearly, y'all worked hard to be on these seasons and be the brand that you are from these seasons. So let's not let pettiness get in the way of it. Let's not.
I agree. Well
how do you think it's going to be without Robin? How do you think it's going to be without Robin?
Honestly, I don't think
I ain't gonna lie.
Difference. Yeah, because if you ask me, last season she wasn't really like that present. So I don't think she'll be missed on this season. I hate to say it. I don't think she'll be missed.
I want to see Robin
from last season.
This is the Robin I want to see.
Oh no.
This is the Robin that I want to see. I want to see that Robin that fucking leaves Juan's no good, cheating ass, and comes back a new single woman with her badass new little. When that Robin is ready, I want to see her back on the show, because that's going to be a great season.
I agree.
That Robin is going to be a good season.
I agree.
All right. So, hot takes. Do we think the cast shakeup of both franchises will make for great next seasons? And what are your predictions, Rhiannon and Dishon?
I am in a kind of wait and see mode for both of them, only because I think, although like with Potomac, Robin and Candace are gone, I still don't know if that feels like enough of a shakeup for me, because everyone else is pretty much still there. I guess it would be different if, almost like with Housewives of Beverly Hills, when Lisa Rinna left, Lisa Rinna was doing the absolute most. And so you're like, dang, what is the show even going to do next season? But when Candace and Robin left the show, for me, it's like, okay, cool, the duds are gone. So now maybe this will help everybody else bring it. Like, I don't feel like they made such an impact last season where I'm like, oh, I'm really going to miss. But what's the show going to be like without them? It's like, okay, cool. The two like low key ones can go now, so we can hopefully finish them back.
So we can get better. And you know what's going to happen? The newbies are going to come on. This is what always happens. The new cast members come on. There's drama because there's new cast members with new personality. And that's going to be the new drama and the new issue. And yeah.
I hope they bring some strong personalities on, though, because that group can be a trip. Both of those groups can be a trip, and you gotta have that energy when you show up.
Strong personalities, but girls that are actually from the DMV. Can we please bring somebody who's really from DC, Maryland, or Virginia? Emphasis on the DC or Maryland. No shade to Virginia, because I got family members in Virginia, but I want to see more of the DC and Maryland girls. Like, I want somebody who's really from there. I want to hear the accent. I want to. I
do too.
I want to be like, I know of this person.
Real Housewives of Baltimore is what they need to do.
Oh, girl, I don't know about that one. I don't know.
They need to. I would be front row center, because I know they're not, because there's a level of
they're gonna have to Tzatziki on realness. They're gonna have to Tzatziki on that one. They're gonna have to have Tzatziki. They're gonna have the girl Quicksilver's wife.
Yeah.
That one, that Just Hilarious is gonna have to be on that one now.
Yeah. I would love to see that. I wouldn't pay to see it, but I'd love to see it.
that one right there is going to probably be the most entertaining. Probably for some good reasons and probably for a lot of bad reasons. But that one
I
right
can
there, I
see
ain't gonna
that.
miss the episode of that one right there. Baltimore is a whole different
Exactly.
planet.
Sure is. She's a special
It's
city.
you got your suburbs of Baltimore, you know, you got the little other side, you know, you've been out there, but then you got a whole other side of Baltimore that is a whole different planet for real. And people don't know about that. I guess they do now that Krishan has entered the world, but wait, fuck. Shay, bleep that word out. We don't say that name on this goddamn show.
Oh, you don't say
Okay,
a
y'all.
name.
Okay, well, enough about that.
It's
Enough
been
about
real.
that. It's been real. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. Please stay tuned because guess what? We have a special guest for you next pod
Ooh,
episode. And it's going to be
ooh.
somebody of the opposite sex.
Yes.
It's not going to be a female.
Finally bring some guys on the
And you know,
pod. Let me at him. Let me at him. Let me at him.
we're
Let me
going to
at
bring
him.
some guys.
JK, JK.
We got, stay tuned. We got it, okay? We
I'm
got it. We
excited.
got it. We got it. So definitely thanks for checking in today. Happy Juneteenth. Having your
Happy
good safe
Juneteenth.
cookout or party or kickback, however you're going to celebrate. And thank you for tuning in. Leave Tyla alone. Also, Ree, where the fuck can they find us at?
You know where to find us. Millennial.besties on all platforms. Millennial Besties on TikTok. Millennial Besties on Snap. Well, we're not on Snap, are we? Millennial Besties on Apple and Spotify. Basically, wherever
We
you
can't
stream
be
your
on
podcast.
Snapchat.